Everybody, and welcome to my video today. I'm going to go slightly different this time. The reason being is I normally talk about personal development and UX, and I suppose it's slightly related to personal development, but this video is going to be focused on building friendships, and I think the realizations from COVID in terms of how someone like myself can build friendships. Now, as I just explained about COVID, it's quite interesting because most of us have been living in isolation past 18, 20 months of the pandemic. And it's interesting to see how the social skill set has, I suppose, been detrimented due to what's happened. Like, as much as we can do socializing on Zoom, it's not the same as in person, whereby you can actually speak to them and actually see full body postures and actually body language to find out how they interact with you. And over the past year or two, it's been interesting to figure out what I want from a friendship as well. And I think a lot of you are probably thinking the same in terms of what do I truly want from a friendship. And as much as I've been focusing a lot on the UX and personal development side of things, I think it's now time for me to switch over to focus more on building networks and friendships. And it's kind of got me thinking, particularly within my last coaching and mentoring sessions, the fact that how important friendships and actually the importance of friendships are. So when you're younger, I suppose you have loads of friends, and it's kind of been, you have like school friends, but you socialize on the reason the fact they're growing together, you have the same interests. And then as you grow older, so you go through university, you start in a new job, so a lot of those friends will push away. In fact, I don't have a lot of friends from university or my school anymore because I have different ambitions to them. I have different attitudes in life, I have different goals, I have different hobbies as well. And I think that makes it harder because you're not, as much as you have work, you still have different, I suppose, mindsets and goal settings. And it's not the same interacting because a lot of time won't have a lot in common, but at the same time you can still have a conversation, which is nice. It's nice to have that social element. But in order to build real friendships, that is hard. And it's got me thinking, what is the key true tasks and how to build friendships when you're older? Because I suppose me as an introvert, I've been told by a lot of extroverts that just get out there, just go out and talk, go out to a pub, go meet people. I don't work like that. I can't just build a small talk, superficial conversation on nothing just to build social skills on that aspect. It's unhealthy, and actually I feel more lonely that way than actually being on my own with my own thoughts, like doing videos like this. It's harder because I remember a couple of years ago, because this is when I first moved to London, I thought, okay, then I want to try and boost my social skills then and actually build friendships. And I attended this group full of so young women to me, so around 20 to 25. And it's strange because you might have a couple of things in common, like you moved to London on your own and you're a woman, but that doesn't build the need for a friendship. And I ended up walking out because I felt so demoralized and so, I suppose, frustrated from that situation because that's not how I socialize. I don't socialize with a group of people focused on nothing. I need, to be honest with you, I'm like very few of you in terms of how you socialize. I need people who are ambitious, who have interesting side hobbies and interests, who want to grow and focused on developing their best self rather than just getting drunk and going out and watching programs like Love Island that have no meaning. And for people that, those people that I really admire, the ones who are getting out there and socializing and actually having their own sports and hobbies that they just are interested in besides work. So from that analysis, it got me thinking, okay then, Sam, you need to start building friends. As much as I have friends, it's trying to grow that network. So here are three sort of aspects that I've taken on board in terms of how I'm looking to grow my friendship now, in terms of what tasks I'm going to do, what actions I'm going to take, and hopefully there's some lessons learned from yourselves to actually grow. So number one, passions or side hobbies. Now I'm going to say this really in a specific term because loads of us have loads of interests. So I have World War II history. I love bulldogs. I love getting fit and eating healthy food. I love holidaying. I love sustainability. I like watching football. I like rock music. I like dancing and disco music. I like going to the gym. So that is just 10 interests that I have. But you know, one or two of them will lead to friendships. And on that note, I decided to join a running group. And this is the reason why I've chosen a running group, because I'm looking to do a marathon in October 2021 on behalf of the prostate cancer, which I'm very pleased to be sponsoring, fundraising for, because it's an absolutely amazing charity. And the reason why I've gone for running is because A, I'm going to be with a like-minded group of people who are going to be ambitious. B, they're paying a membership to be there, and you know they're going to help you out. It's a learning opportunity, which a lot of you know that I love learning. It's one of my top values in life. And C, I know it's going to be growth, and it's going to be a community where it's supportive and it's not bitchiness. It's all about, learning together. It's looking at what interesting facts or looking at nutritional value, and it's in general, it's nice to be in a group that has that same value. But then there's a social element. You can meet people, have a talk, meet outside of the club as well. So doing like socials, and also you're probably going to figure out that if they're ambitious and like yourself and adventurous, they're going to be other social elements as well. So like going hiking and stuff like that. So taken away from this, like just choose one hobby that you think relates back to your values, and then you can learn from it and grow that connection. Because once you're in one group, you're likely to grow. And if it interests you and you do it on a daily basis, then it's great, because you get to learn with other people, and you get to embrace and in the same passions, and that makes you grow as well. So yeah, that tip number one is choose just one interest. Number two is focus on myself being part of the UX community and also the writing community. So this is a massive one compared to the first one, because, okay, as much as I said about 10 hobbies, I'm choosing one. UX and writing, again, a massive community. And for myself, I want to build up a UX community, which is a small group of people who are probably in the same position I am, so still learning, but looking, or even beginning to middle, just to work together and learn. And the point that I want to do with the UX side of things is because it is something that I'm passionate about. I read up on it a lot. I'm involved with quite a lot of courses. I do mentoring. But for myself, it's being with a group of people that understand your career goals, understand about how you can grow, how you can learn together. And you have that back and forth talk, the fact that you feel comfortable being with people that are ambitious as you and actually want to be entrepreneurial and grow within that same skill set. So you're sort of growing together, but at the same time you're backing each other up. And I think once you've chosen a career, an area that you want to grow in, grow that network, because you've got a network, it's going to grow for yourself personally and professionally. Then also at the same time, you have friends that have that same values as you. Again, it's reverting back to that values. It's not always about interests. It is sometimes about values. And the second one is writing, because like myself, I'm doing blog posts on Medium and also my own website. And it's all about, again, showing that same passion where you want to push out their content that helps people like yourselves in terms of wanting to know how you can improve, whether that is in what I normally do in terms of personal development in UX, or if it is just looking at to make personal development with your own personal life, such as making friends, or, for example, helping out with love life as well. So I think I kind of want to give writers trying to do like a mastermind group in terms of 3 or 4 people who have that same value, who are looking to grow and looking for help. And actually, again, it's that whole, you can have that talk, you can have that chit chat, you can have that same value where you feel like growing and actually becoming the person you want to be. And that's what I value about the first, I suppose, two groups, the fact that you're sharing your values with people that you know. And actually, it's great to grow together. And number 3 is I'm looking to grow. So 2/3 of what I'm doing is looking at something new. And then a third one is actually growing my network that I've already got. So I'm a part of a speakers group called the LJC Inspiring Speakers Group, which is based in London. And it's been one of the best groups I've joined so far. So I've got a coach from it and I've got a writing mentor as well, which is absolutely brilliant. I could say my both as friends, if I'll be honest with you. I think there's a lot of friendships that I've grown, and I think it's an opportunity to grow more, because this group is not about putting men down. It's nothing to do with that. It's all about making sure that women have the confidence to grow, and it's pushing other women to grow and say, yes, you can do public speaking, you can do confidence talks, you have the confidence. It doesn't matter if you're a fast speaker, it doesn't matter if you're shy, it doesn't matter if you mud up your words sometimes. It's all about pushing, saying you can do this, you can be the best version of yourself. And having women like that is fantastic. And I really love to grow that network more. I know it's probably more of a virtual one compared to the other two, but my goodness, it is one of the best groups I've joined and the most inspiring ones that I've ever met, in terms of wanting to be, grow in their field, be known in their field for actually doing something and delivering their own experience. Because I think that's a lot of things, and it's in a lot of social aspects, there is that fear of being rejected and also fear of vulnerability. With this group, you don't have that fear. Nobody's going to care that you messed up, or they're willing to support you. And if you need help, they're always there for you. You're like, oh, I've got help with this. It's not about like, oh no, you're stupid. It's making sure, no, you can do this, this, and this. It's fine. So yeah, hopefully that reflection piece has helped you guys in terms of finding friendships. I know friendship is one of the hardest things, and I think actually one of the hardest things coming out of COVID is actually going to be socializing, because it's a skill set that we've forgotten about. We might have Zoomed people and be like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" But in-person conversations, and also having that genuine conversation that feels authentic rather than being online and just texting, it's not the same. So hopefully from these reflections in terms of joining a group that you feel passionate about, make sure it's one. Looking at your work or career aspirations and join a group there. Look how you can grow. And then 3 is looking to grow a network connection that you already have. Like myself, it's a speaking group. I have to advise in terms of trying to get friendships, or trying to just try one thing at a time within those 3 circles, because like myself, as already explained, if you try and go to too many circles, you're stretching yourself too thin, and it's trying to build connections with people. And it's better to build deeper, meaningful connections than spreading yourself across and being unauthentic. And I actually found that last night. So I went to a social event. I'm going to say it, speed dating event. And it was nice. I met some people. But the point I missed out of everything was being authentic. I didn't tell anybody about myself being a blogger or vlogger, or wanting to be like an entrepreneur within UX. And I miss that authenticity. It's nice socializing and getting those skill sets done. But if I don't feel authentic, and this is one thing I've learned, and this is what other people should if they're an introvert, don't stick around and be friends with people if they don't make you feel genuine. And I had to leave a group of lovely women because I didn't feel authentic. And that's key. Make sure you find a group that makes you feel like you. Don't worry about speaking out. Don't worry about being yourself. Don't worry about your flaws, because they won't. They will care about you and what you can bring to the table. And that's another thing as well. I suppose my last point is bring something across the table that makes you unique within social situations. Understand a bit more about who you are. What can you bring? What can you bring that nobody else can? So, for example, I've been known to be a great listener. I don't really talk that much, but I'm a great listener, and people appreciate people listening and actually taking and being engaged with somebody is a rare skill. And for myself, I do love learning about other people. I know I should be more talking about myself a bit more, but I do love learning about other people, understanding a bit more how they tick, and understand, I suppose, yeah, how humans think within situations. Why are they upset about the situations? Why are they chosen that career over something else? Why are they interested in this sort of passion? So that's my reflection piece today. Hopefully, I've given you some advice in terms of socializing, understanding how to make great friendships, and hopefully, coming out of the pandemic, it would take you to a new level in terms of understanding a bit more about yourself and who you want to be and who you want to be. As it was Jim Rohn said, like the top 5 people you hang out with will be who you be. So make sure you choose your friendship group wisely and that it suits you. So on that note, have a great day, keep smiling, and I'll chat to you soon. Ciao for now.